French, Shabbat Shalom, greetings to you all. Now, I hope you all had or have a great Thanksgiving holiday. And how incredible that we read this parsha during Thanksgiving. This holiday, like this parsha, is about family. Who they are, how you interact with them, what it means. Now, the stuff I've been reading this week about how to interact with your relatives and friends during this holiday season seems to invite nothing but problems. The suggestions on political talk is a little amazing as far as I'm concerned. Now, friends, the Thanksgiving holiday is about a 4 or 5 day opportunity to visit with family and friends, and it's a special holiday. We have personal holidays like birthdays and anniversaries, civil ones like Independence Days, religious ones like Christmas and Hanukkah, Easter, Day of Atonement. But most of them revolve around asking for something, gifts or forgiveness. Thanksgiving is different. It is the holiday that is only of us giving. Okay, so let's all take some time this week to give thanks to everyone at your table, in your circle. Maybe something you've not done in a while, if ever. And remember to start to incorporate gratitude as a part of your daily attitude. Thank God or whoever else for both the mercies and the blessings of your life. See your joys and appreciate them. Take a moment and think of the advantages you really do have. No matter the stresses and strains of modern life, and we all have them, we're blessed with the greatest advantages of any group in the history of this planet. Do not take it for granted and make a habit of expressing appreciation for and to the people in your life who deserve to be noticed. Write them, call them, see them. And do not forget, we have now entered a new month. And this month of Kislev is the month of dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. You may have a few more that you remember than you usually do. Note them, write them down, enjoy them. They are the messages to you from the hidden recesses of your soul. And do not forget, we will be doing our change in season and memorial candle service on the 21st, winter solstice. So please start sending in your names. We have a few, but continue to send them in. Of those you miss, of those you love. Could be friends, could be family, could be pets. Any spirit you want to honor, and we all want to honor all kinds of spirits. So let's now once again come together and celebrate as a like-minded group and a showing of faith, as a community, a chavura, a fellowship, as we join together to express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts and feelings, hopes and dreams and wishes that actually does unite us all. As we come together every week in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody, physically, psychically, emotionally, or spiritually, to gather and share. Come together, my friends, from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov. Shevetavim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov. Shevetavim Gam Yachad. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community, 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 together. And it is all about being together, my friends. So as a community, let us all spread love, goodwill, fellowship to the world. And it was very wonderful hearing from my old friend Sheldon the other day. He's an old soul who has no family anymore. And like so many others, reaches out at this time of the year. So let's take this time to think of others, those who need some renewal right now, to share energy and renew and send healing renewal to all of our beloved friends, our family members, our pets, ourselves, all of our relatives. And let's send renewal and goodwill and healing to them. Avenu Malkeinu, our Father, our King, listen and hear our prayers and allow us to be guided with wisdom. And let us send special words for those in need of renewal, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, for Cassie, for Ben, for Yaakov, for the bee, for all of you, for everyone in the world. The kindness, healing, wishes, goodwill, and love you all send out. It circles the world, finding those in need. So thank you, each and every one of you, for all that you do to spread love, for all you care, because spirit never dies. Me, Shabbat. Avotenu Bokor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say Amen. Amen, my friends. Misha Baruch, let us all have our spirits renewed everywhere. People all over the world need renewal. Well, welcome. As I said, this is the month of dreams. And this week we read about one of the greatest dreams in history. Vayetzeh, and he went out. But before we get to that, let's look at some of the incredible things we're going to come across in this parsha, other than this dream. We're going to meet an entire cast of characters, ones whose epic tale we will follow for hundreds of years, ones whose legacy still continues. Now, Jacob, we saw last time, just left home, and he was instructed to go back to Haran. Well, he is going to go back to Haran, and he's going to meet the love of his life. He's going to perform the betrothal ritual, and that's when his first recompense occurs. That's what we're going to learn about the law of the elder and the younger. We've only had hints before, but we understood because we knew what was coming. That's the beauty of this book. We read, we reread it, so we always know what's coming. But we may see it differently every time because we have new knowledge and new insight. Genesis 29:16. And Laban had 2 daughters. The older one's name was Leah, and the younger one's name was Rachel. And Leah's eyes were tender, and Rachel had an attractive figure and was beautiful. Did you ever have to finally decide? Say yes to one and let the other one ride. There's so many changes and tears you must hide. Did you ever have to finally decide? Sometimes you really dig a girl the moment you kiss her, then get distracted by her older sister when in walks her father, takes you in line and says you better go home, son, and make up your mind. Genesis 29:18. Jacob loved Rachel. Well, his uncle Laban asked what his wages should be for working. And he said, I'll work for you 7 years for Rachel, your younger daughter. And he works the 7 years. Demands his fee, his bride. Genesis 29:23. And it was in the evening, and he took Leah, the he being Laban, he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. And he came to her. Hey, that's not what Jacob wanted, nor what he asked for. Now, how did he not know he had the wrong sister? That's a whole other world. Well, it was in the morning, and there she was, Leah. And friends, there is a fantastic midrash on this, one of my favorites. Now, this is a karmic payment, and it's tied to this business of the elder and the younger. And if you get a chance, read the midrash, Bereshit Rabbah, because it vividly represents the unwritten part of what's happened, right? Like, don't forget, he thought he was going to marry Rachel. He has his party. He's drunk out of his mind. He finds, he goes to bed with Leah. He wakes up in the morning, and it's not Rachel, his wife, and that's who he thought he was marrying. So this midrash really captures it beautifully. And all that night he cried out to her, Rachel, and she answered him in the morning. And look, she was Leah. He said to her, why did you deceive me, daughter of a deceiver? Didn't I call out Rachel in the night? You answered me. She said, there is never a bad barber who doesn't have disciples. Isn't this how your father cried out for Esau? And you answered him. Wow. The circle is complete. I love the barber reference. I thought that was fantastic. Genesis 29:26. And he said to Laban, what is this you've done to me? Didn't I work with you for Rachel? And why have you deceived me? And Laban said, it's not done like that in our place, to give the younger one before the firstborn. What is this you have done to me? Can you believe Jacob's indignation? Laban is an instrument of dramatic irony, or to some, he is an instrument of karma. His perfectly natural reference to our place has the effect of touching a nerve of guilty consciousness in Jacob, who in his place acted to put the younger before the firstborn. Now, this effect is reinforced by Laban's referring to Leah not as the elder, but as the firstborn, Bekirah. Okay, now it's been clearly recognized since late antiquity that the whole story of the switched brides is a meting out of poetic justice to Jacob. The deceiver deceived, deprived by darkness of the sense of sight, as his father is by blindness, relying, like his father, on the misleading sense of touch. Now he works another 7 years, marries Rachel, and now he has 2 wives, 2 maids, and the baby factory begins. And with it, we see that there's actually a rivalry between the sisters. And we can satisfy ourselves, hey, it's not just me. We all have sibling problems. Just we didn't realize that the girls had the same kind of problems. Well, after a while, the time has come, and Jacob decides it's time to get out of there. So he gathers his whole family together to leave. And he conspires and schemes on how to cheat Laban. He packs up his wives and his 12 children, and he sneaks off. Now, not with the 12 sons we all know so well, but with 12 children nonetheless. He's missing Benjamin, the last of his children, who will be born en route, but he does have the famous Joseph with him, and he's got a daughter that no one really talks about. Hey, every family's got one. And this, too, is the end of a circle. Because he is returning to where the Parsha began. When Jacob leaves home for Haran initially, before coming to Laban, he stops at this one place, and now he's back at this place on his way home, where he had a close encounter of the Kislev kind, Genesis 28:12. And he dreamed, and there was a ladder set up on the earth, and its top reaching to the skies. And there were angels of God going up and going down by it. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know, sometimes words have 2 meanings. Don't they? Didn't the oracle? For Rachel, it had 2 completely different meanings, and she could choose which one she wanted. Or for Rebecca. Now, what a dream this was, the dream of Jacob's ladder. Aside from the Pharaoh dreams of the cows and the corn, this is probably the most famous dream in the Bible, and maybe it is the most famous dream of them all, ahead of the cows and the corn. And friends, it's such an important dream. Now, the main building of the University of Oxford outside London has this incredible depiction of this dream carved in the outside wall, and it goes the full height of the building. It's really quite awesome to see. Now, just what it looked like and might have been is up for debate. To some, this was a picture like the Tower of Babel, of the ziggurats of Babylon. Now, the people there would have been familiar with those, with the 7 steps to heaven and wide terraces to traverse them. But I think it's the connection between heaven and earth, with the messengers of God going up and down, metaphor for life. That's the real key to this dream. We are connected to the spiritual greatness, and we encounter the angels in our lives all of the time. This is a description of life on earth as we can know it. Now, a great scholar I know in Montreal, Miguel, a friend of mine, he would suggest that maybe he fell asleep at a stargate. And when he awoke, he had a realization. Genesis 28:16. And Jacob woke from his dream and said, "The Lord is actually in this place, and I didn't know." And he was afraid. And he said, "How awesome this place is. This is none other than God's house. And this is the gate of the skies." He realizes he was with God, and he makes this incredibly conditional promise. But it'll be over 20 years in the making. And there's something in the ancient world about that time period. He will spend 20 years working for his uncle Laban before going home, just as Odysseus spent 20 years working his way back home. The changes we go through that represent a lifetime. So so you did not miss anything in this parsha. We had the great dreamer encounter. We had Laban deceives Jacob. Jacob deceives Laban and Leah. Rachel deceives Laban. And we see a family founded in deception, fear, and anger. And that may become its longest lasting legacy. Yes, the world is sacred and so is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light with all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. It doesn't hurt. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. An end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we are a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other, we share this ride together, men and women equally. Let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, good healing to all who need it. And please do, learn to forgive and learn to love. Learn to love yourself. Open your hearts, honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Don't forget to say thank you this week. Now take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy your journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe. Remember, we do set in motion all that happens in our lives. Our intention, our kavana, our cause and effect, everything is linked together. And as I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have that knowledge of what is good and what is bad. So acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. Do so with sincerity, accountability, and vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be a forgiving and a compassionate individual. The secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace, my friends, is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself? Can you accept other people and the world just as they are on any given day? Accept life as it is without trying to control it. If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. And do not stop moving towards your promised lands. It is your personal journey, so keep on dreaming. Keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching, keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith and an unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith in the principle of love and in all of you. Now act with purity of heart and mind, despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all, honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year, and may you nurture kindness and love everywhere. Work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in your consciousness, your mindfulness, and the ability for you to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all circumstances. And make the most out of your time in life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you. You're never alone. You're forever blessed, and you have the ability to continue to bring blessings to everybody you meet. So continue to do that. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. And do not stop asking questions. Do not stop giving and therefore getting love. Explore your faith, my friends, and do not accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together, we learn together, and we help each other. And friends, ask yourself, is there anybody that you need to be for? And we all need to be for somebody. So enjoy your Thanksgiving time. Watch what you say. And do not eat too much. Food, glorious food. Hot sausage and mustard. While we're in the mood. Cold jelly and custard, peas pudding and saveloys. What next is the question? Rich gentlemen have it, boys. Indigestion. Please, sir, can I have some more? Be careful this Thanksgiving, my friends. Think of giving a little more than taking in. And be happy. Be healthy, be helpful, be kind, be loving, be generous. There's nothing like it. You must give to get. I'll see you all next week. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care.